Sometimes we dig. We don't like what we find.
Sounds good. Nigeria Chambers from Big O Belt Media. Corey and Lorraine, thank you so much for your time today. And congratulations on your new series, The Better Sister, coming to Prime Video May 29th. How are you two doing?
Excellent.
Good. How you
Corey,
doing?
good to see you alive and well. You know, after 8 hours, I was really concerned for a while.
I'm good.
Listen,
I'm good.
listen, just getting right into it with Adam. I want to know, for you as the actor, do you sense any, or how do you assess this character, and how do you describe this character to folks, especially from a professional standpoint, to not give anything away? But I wonder what's your take on Adam before I add any additional comments here.
Adam, I think, is somebody who did not have a strong father figure, did not have a particularly happy childhood, and is very resentful and determined to escape that and to make sure that his son has a happier childhood and is set up for his adulthood in a good way, and is trying to do that so hard, is trying to control that so much that he sort of crushes whatever's in his grasp. And it's the love that he feels is tends to suffocate the love around him.
I'm glad you brought up the word love, because I was really going to ask you, like, what does Adam love? What is his priorities? It's really hard for me to tell. And I'm a very empathetic person. I'm trying to find it for this guy. So you tell me, what does he love, and what is his priorities on a day-to-day, shall we say?
He loves his family. I know. It's often the people you love the most that you hurt the most.
Okay.
And he never really learned how to let those people he loved free. Let them be themselves. And I think there's that sort of strangulating, suffocating love is what the trap that he falls into.
Okay. Lorraine, I'm not going to let you sit there much longer without talking, because if there's one thing I know about you, and especially in this performance, when Catherine talk, you listen. You 1000% have this aura around you when you step on from scene to scene. When you step up, it's like, oh, what's it going to be? And it's always truth telling too. Never somebody who stirs you the wrong way. Now somebody I would say is even attention hungry, but there's a bunch of convention when she talks, and she's a really good person. I almost want to say Catherine's a person you 100% want to have in your corner, no matter what. What can you? How could I forget about the most big tidbit here? Oh my God, I love this scene when you had to sit back and tell what a black woman is and what she goes through. Man, oh man, oh man. You have to tell me, what was your excitement when you saw that on the script? And then ultimately, when you birth so much life into this character, what has just the journey been for you with it?
Number one, I'd like to record that and send that to my 20-year-old, that that when I speak, she should listen, because I'm formidable. I need all of that sent to her. Two, that scene is interesting that you cite that scene, because one of the things that I loved about working on this project was that it was a true collaboration, and that Regina and Olivia really, we had their ears, and they valued our voices as actors, and they could because they hired really terrific, smart actors who were really in service to this extraordinary script and this project. And so that scene that you saw was not the one that was on the page originally. And I remember going to Regina and saying, I forget what Catherine's argument with Chloe. I remember it had to do with men being competitive.
Yes.
No, sorry, women being competitive with each
Yeah,
other.
and more of a
And
collaboration, and men are working in
and that
unison.
Catherine was sort of speaking from that competitive place. And
Yeah.
I remember going to Regina and saying, you know, there's something called the sisterhood that we don't play that. I mean, for real, for real. You know, we really have not been groomed to compete with each other, and we could spend hours as to why that is. But I have so many women in my life, and we do not compete with each other. We are so supportive of each other in a very visceral way, and I see it multi-generationally.
Yeah.
It's part of our, it's not, it is part of our culture, right? And so it's probably an unspoken part of our culture, that deep bond between women, Black women, with each other. And I said, you know, and that is not necessarily the case with other races. And
Yeah.
so I thought, this is an opportunity. This is not what Catherine would say. This is not Catherine's perspective. This is not her perspective of where she comes from with her grandmother and her mother and all of the matriarchal lineage that she comes out of. So Regina worked really hard, and we worked really hard to find what those words would be. And so I was very, very grateful that she was so open to hearing that.
Completely powerful in that, and also just to
Because I
give.
thought Black women watching this would I'm always looking for the audience, sorry to interrupt, for
No
aha moments that where different audiences go, that's right.
Yeah.
And that was a that's right moment for
Yeah.
this community, for our community.
Yeah, raised by two women, so I've seen it my entire life, and I understand. And I thought it was such a pocketed a moment for conversation between both Nicky and your character, Catherine, at that time. So I'm glad that you all were able to really work that to bring this measure of, like, this organic measure of conversation to this show that already has so many other questions and conversations to have. So really quickly before we leave, because you two are definitely two very important characters to where things go in this series, I just want to know for you all, because the world gets to see it May 29th, if you had to give some buzzwords in order to get the fans excited, what words would you use?
Well, bingeable.
For sure.
Don't sleep with with your sister's man.
Because we don't do that in our community.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we do. Oh yes. In fact, I could tell you stories, but families are complicated.
Oh,
you know, families will jack you up.
Well, Corey, Lorraine, thank you so much for your time today. Once again, congratulations on your new series, The Better Sister, coming to Prime Video May 29th. It's been so much fun talking to you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.